Hey guys, so my husband and I are moving to Germany. He's active military, and so it's our next duty station. It's called a PCS move. It's like something post change, I don't know, something to do with a post and change and moving and something like that. So anyways, everybody's all, oh, you must be so excited to go to Germany. You're going to have so much fun. You're going to experience such great new things. You're going to see a bunch of cool places. You're going to love the beer and the food and everything, and you're just going to have a great time and have wonderful experiences. So I haven't moved yet, so I'm not really excited for all that stuff because I'm a little bit too busy trying to figure out my life. Let's go with that. Let me just tell you what all I'm dealing with here, and maybe you'll understand why I'm not, woo, Germany! I'm all like, Germany, okay. So anyways, I got married, and I had to go change my last name. So I had to fill out this fancy little form, talk about my entire past, my parents, what their names were, their dates of birth, their maiden name, all this stuff, and I filled it out, and I gave it to this lady, and she said, thanks. And she said, okay, your name's going to be changed, you'll get the new Social Security card in a week or two. I said, okay, great. So I was like, I had the little fancy paper that says, like, hey, you came to the Social Security office and we're going to change your last name for you. So I tried to go get a new license, and they said, sorry, we need, because I wasn't born in this state, I didn't get my license through this state. So they're like, hey, we need you to get your birth certificate. And I was like, okay, fine, I have a copy of it right here. And they're like, no, we need the original. Well, my mom doesn't know where my original birth certificate is, and I can't seem to find it. She says she gave it to me, but I've looked high and low, and I have no idea where that thing is. I haven't seen it in years. I've only seen the 10 million copies of it I have. So I can't get a license until I do that, but in order to book my plane ticket to do all this other stuff through the Army, I have to have like a form of valid ID. So I can't get a license with my new last name on it, but my last name is being changed and it had updated in the system the next day. So if you looked at my Social Security number, you'd see my new last name, but I didn't have proof of that. So I was kind of in a bind. So I'm sitting around waiting for my 1 to 2 weeks, and I finally get my Social Security card. I have to print off this form and physically sign it, and because me paying online and filling out all the information online isn't good enough, all I did was put it onto the sheet, and it's going to print it off, and then I have to sign it and have it notarized, and then I have to send that in, and then it'll take a couple weeks before they send me my birth certificate. And they're like, well, do you have a passport? And I'm like, no, I don't have a passport. I need a birth certificate or my Social Security card to get a passport, and since I'm waiting on those, I'm pretty much SOL. So while we're waiting on all this stuff, finally the Social Security card comes, so then I can go in and I can update my military ID, and I can get my spouse's ID. I hate that thing. Oh, I hate it so much. I cannot stand having a spouse's ID. It's like, you're the dependent of so-and-so. And then when you call to like make a doctor's appointment, they're all like, what's the sponsor's last four of their social? And I'm like, well, I guess, since you asked and I need to make this appointment, here you go. And then you have to have like a physical and a doctor's checkup and all these doctor's notes that say that you're okay, you can go to Germany, and that this is what any injuries or sickness you have now, so that they're prepared to take care of you over there and to make sure that you can even go, because if you got something too serious and they can't handle it, then you have to stay here. And then they have to make sure that like they're prepared for you to come, and then anything that you come back with that you didn't have before, any problems or anything like that, then I don't know what happens, but something else has to happen. Anyways, so I finally got my military ID changed. I got a spouse's ID, and I got my Social Security card, so that was my first battle. Then we had to go and schedule some movers. Well, I need a second knee surgery, so I had to kind of think about, okay, when's my last day at work going to be? Am I going to have a replacement? Are they going to be trained in by then? So then I can schedule my knee surgery, but then I also have to be careful because these movers are going to come. Because we're moving like overseas, we just take everything off the walls and like put it down. And then these movers come, and then they pack everything all nice and pretty, and they expect anything that we say is high value, like the TV or something. And if it breaks, then they have to reimburse us and pay us for whatever the item was that broke, because they broke it. And so I had to like get all this in line, and there's like a 3-day period where I'm just like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. So I got that booked, and I just am really kind of hoping that I won't be too looped up on meds as they're pulling away the couch that I'm going to want to sleep on, that I will be okay. We're going to have to probably book a hotel for the last like 2 days that we're in town because, well, the movers are going to literally take everything, and they take it like within a day. They like bring like an entire team, and they just pack up your whole house, and you can't pack anything by yourself because then you probably slip something in there and then are going to accuse them of breaking it and then get this money that you really didn't need because you broke it on yourself. So, I mean, it's kind of just a pain in the butt. And then you have to give them like a day, and then you have to give them an alternate day, and you have to be available all day throughout these 2 days. And then to make it worse, like we're doing it's called like a 3x3x3. You get this box and you get to put things in it, and they travel with you because your stuff takes a month, like a good month to get to Germany. So you're gonna be without your bed and your couch and your TV and your pots and pans and your toiletries and all this stuff. So we opted to have a box that will travel with us, of things that we will need immediately, like clothes, toiletries, maybe a pot, a pan, spatula, so we can cook some food and stuff. So then you have to have 2 days for them. A day you want them to come in an alternate day. Well, they can't be the same days and alternate days as the regular movers, so now you have to have like this 4-day chunk, but then they want a second day that you pick, so now you have to have like 5 days, and then, oh, by the way, we want a second day for your regular movers to come, so now you have all these days that you have to have like blocked off, and you have to be like ready at like a moment's notice, like, hey, work, I can't come in today because I have people coming to pack up my entire life and ship it on a plane or boat or whatever, both to go to Germany so it can get there a month after I get there. Okay, so then you have to go and book your plane ticket. Well, because it's international, you're supposed to have your passport ready. Well, guess what? Now we're back to the problem of my birth certificate. So I can't get my passport. But they did let me book the plane ticket, and I have to go back in and show them that. And then they have to have my husband's orders amended because when they came out with my maiden name, and since then it's been changed. And we have to bring that to them and show them too. Well, my dog Coda is coming with me, so now I have to pick, like, my days are super limited because you're only allowed so many pets on each flight, and then the flight has to allow pets first of all. So, it's going to be like 22 hours of her locked in a kennel, and I don't think she's going to be very happy about it. I can't say that I'd be very happy about it. Anyways, and then she has to go to the vet, and I think it has to be like within 3 days, maybe it's 10 days, 3 or 10 days, whatever, the sheet will tell me, that she has to be seen by a vet, and they have to fill out all this fancy paperwork saying anything that's wrong with her, if she's healthy, can she make the flight, etc., etc., etc. And then once we get to Germany, she has to be in quarantine for 3 days. So she's not going to see me, she's going to be all by herself, I don't know what they're going to do. But she has to stay there for 3 days to make sure she didn't bring over some virus for animals, and it's going to get all the animals in Germany sick. So, dealing with all this, preparing for all this, not to mention, yesterday was the 30-day mark. No, I'm not really excited to be moving. Did you hear Coda? She's growling at someone who got too close again. We live in an apartment complex, dog. Everybody's going to be here. They're going to get too close. We're just going to have to break you of that. Anyways, no, I can't really say that I'm excited for Germany. I'm sure that I will have a great time once I get there, but it's the part of getting there that is just making my hair fall out. I mean, I just want to rip it out sometimes, and on top of, like, you have 10 million forms you have to fill out, and you have to have, like, Michael's name for getting stuff picked up and dropped off, and my name for an alternate, and then both of our emails, and then you have to have someone to contact in case you can't be reached, and then their phone number and their address, and my brain has been fried. It is crispified, and that is why my hair is falling out. So, end of story. Moral of the story. Don't move across continents because it's a big fat pain in the butt. Anyways, that's all I got. See ya.